Today is Thursday, March 1st, and as you can see, there's some snow happening, and I'm so excited because they say that there's a big snowstorm on the way, and I'm sure that ticks a lot of people off, but it makes this girl super happy. So here's our ugly brown yard right now, and I can't wait to show you when it's nice and white and beautiful fluffy snow. Almost exactly an hour later, and this is what it looks like so far. We're getting there. Bring on the snow. About 2.5 hours from last time, so not that much more, but it's covering the deck. It does look really pretty. I'm happy. Yay! Something fun came in the mail today. I love fun mail. I ordered this from Zulily. I have been wanting to get a new comforter set and just brighten up my room a little bit. My walls are like a kind of a dark gray, and I have a lot of black in there. And just like some pops of like bright yellow, and kind of incorporated some teal. So I was like, you know what? My bedspread is black and white, and I'm kind of over it because like I've said previously, we've lived in this house for almost 7 years now, and that's basically what it's been since we moved here, so I needed a change. So I ordered this from Zulily, and it came way faster than I thought, because if you've ever ordered anything from Zulily, you know that sometimes it takes a while for your stuff to come, but this came really fast. And if you haven't ordered from Zulily before, I've ordered tons of stuff from there, been very happy. With all the orders that I've done, I've had like 2 instances where something wasn't quite right, and their customer service is excellent, and they completely fixed it. The one thing, they refunded my money but let me keep the item. Another one, it was coming late, and it had said that it would arrive for Christmas, and it wasn't, and it was just something for my son that it wasn't a huge deal, but it was still kind of irritating, you know. And so I contacted them, and they refunded my money and said when it comes, just keep it. And so their customer service is fantastic. I will leave a link down below in the description box for Zulily. If you order through that link, I'm going to be honest, I do get compensation for that. I believe I get like $15 if someone, for the first time someone orders who has never ordered from Zulily before, if you order through my link. But if you don't want to do that, that's perfectly fine. You can just order through Zulily directly, like whatever. So anyway, this is my new comforter set. I'm gonna pull it out because the glare is, well, here. Let's turn it like this first. No, on an angle's good. So as you can see, it's kind of like it's a quilt. I don't know if it's reversible or not. I'm thinking no, because I don't think you'd want the you know, pin tucked or whatever that is called, kind of thing against your body, but of course you have a sheet between you two. But it is a 7-piece comforter set. So it has the comforter, 2 pillow shams, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 decorative pillows, and a bed skirt. So I actually just recently got new sheets, so I wasn't concerned about that. Let me get this out of here, perhaps. Let me do this the really fancy way where you put your foot on the box and you pull it out. And maybe that's still not gonna work. There we go. Jeez, that was harder than it should have been. Oh, it's kind of a nice bag, which I do keep these because I put my other bedding sets in them when I'm not using them. I have a few different ones. Like I have a lighter like quilt set that my grandma gave me that I sometimes use in like the spring and summer and things like that. So I have a few different bedding options. But this is my newest one. So it's this pretty like dark teal color with the white chevron, which you really won't see because that will be obviously against the bed, and I don't really flip mine like that. But yeah, maybe not too exciting to you, but I was super excited, so I thought I would share. Fun mail. Who doesn't love fun mail? So I'll have to do maybe like a before and after of my bedroom when I redo it, because I don't know about you, but I play these games with myself where I'm like, okay, you can get that new bedding, but that means you have to do a complete deep clean of your bedroom before you can put it in there. So that's the plan. So it might be a while before you see how before and after, because yeah, I got some serious cleaning to do in there, people. I'm not gonna lie. All right, just thought I would share. Bye. Nacho Bar for my mom's birthday.
So.
But I was wondering,
My sister Dana
Well,
to me.
he bought me a cat filling for my birthday. And so I was taking pictures of it outside
My dad.
with all the snow.
but it's been my
My
back.
grandma. My
I still
grandma.
have these
So I have a
contacts
bunch
for
of
these
stuff in here,
things.
but they aren't on here.
And you lose the snow in your
But
shoe.
so anyway, it's just getting used to all this stuff.
Contacts all over right next to you.
That's from
Kind of nice because I can see things bigger.
which I'll show you better later. My eldest and my one brother-in-law and right now watching basketball. Here's my dog who desperately needs a grooming. Sasha! Hi! We call her Princess Fluffy, but when she looks like this. Looking out for pile of junk on the counter. My house is like, my sisters are to order this, so they don't see her.
And Gavin has it.
And my grandma.
Well, yes, it's blocked.
I want some fun family time, so I'm my mommy.
Only you.
Today is Wednesday, March 7th. I don't think my camera's picking up the snowflakes, but it is snowing so beautifully outside. Actually, as of yesterday, all of our snow was completely melted. We had a snowstorm last Thursday that covered everything really well. The kids had school off on Friday, which they totally didn't need to, so that kind of stinks because it's pushing us later into summer for school. But anyway, we had a snowstorm last week. It all melted, and then last night it started snowing, and so now we have this beautiful snow. My sister, I had family over the other day after church to celebrate my mom's birthday. It's kind of bright, so you can't really see it. My little snowman there, which actually one of my cousins, they're building a house, and she, for Christmas a couple of years ago, used these little pieces of wood from parts that they're using to build their house and made all of us these little snowmen. So we have a piece of like their home, kind of. It's really cute. But anyway, my sister was like, you need to change your decor. You need like spring stuff. No, clearly not. Winter stuff is still fine. Anyway, I was coming on here to show you guys because I just got this package, just came to the door, and I'm so excited because it's a Zulily package, and I know you just saw one earlier in this video of the new bedding that I just got, but this is some other stuff that I'm redoing some things in the house with, so might not be super exciting to you, but I'm excited about it. Yay! I'm not going to pop into these because it freaks my dog right out. I'd rather not give her a heart attack. She's 10. Okay, so I'll just jump right into these. This one I'm so stinking excited about, which is so nerdy of me, but oh my goodness, everything's all tangled together. This is an over-the-cabinet hair dryer holder that I can put my hair dryer and like my curling wand, and I think my straightener will go in one. I put my brushes and like my hand mirror and stuff inside my cupboard door because I have them currently like in a basket inside there, and it drives me crazy because everything like falls down in and I have to dig through to find things. So I saw this and it was $7.99, I believe. And so I was like, you know what, I was already ordering some other things and I thought that seems like something I need. So I'm super excited, and I think right when I'm done videoing this, yeah, whatever, I'm going to go install that and put my stuff in it. And then next up, I have this. I am redoing my main bathroom, which is basically my boys' bathroom and the guest bathroom. And so I want to get rid of some of the stuff that's in there. So I saw this because, okay, they have a toothbrush holder in their bathroom, but their toothpaste is always laying on the counter and whatever. So I thought this was kind of cool that it has the spot where you can set the toothpaste in it too. So that'll keep things a little more neat on the counter. So that is that. Then that bathroom is like browns. And I'm actually, right now it's brown and green, which I will do a video on it and show what it looks like currently and then what it looks like after I redo it. But I'm going to change it to brown and like teal. So and it's actually more like light brown right now and green. But anyway, I'm not going to try to take this whole thing out. There's like another little part that goes, that you can hook on here. I think they just took it off so that you don't have to have it for, on there for shipping. But anyway, this is a little hand towel holder. And so that will go on the counter with the hand towel in it. Because I currently have like a thing over the toilet that has the hand towel, but people for some reason don't seem to notice that's what it is. So they use the decorative towels that are over on the other wall. So I figure if this is right on the bathroom counter, it'll make it a little more obvious that that's what you should dry your hands on. So then, real exciting is this new toilet brush holder. Because the one that's in there is currently green, and I'm getting rid of the green to have the teal and like chocolatey brown. So that's that. And then last up is just this new wastebasket because the one that's in there is green. So that is my super exciting Zulily little package here. So I will put a link below to Zulily. I totally love them. They're great about returns. Not returns, but like if something's wrong, they totally make the situation right. And so I'm very happy with their service. I've gotten a ton of things from them and love it. So I will put a link below. If you don't want to use that link, if you want to just go to Zulily on your own and make a purchase, that's totally fine. Because I'm not going to lie, I will get a, it's like, oh, here's what it shows. Invite a friend, earn $15. So if you shop through the link that I send, they will give me $15 when your first order ships. So that's up to you. My feelings aren't hurt. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. But I will put it down there just in case. So that's that. Yay! Yay, snow! Look at that. How can you be mad at that? This is why I love living in Michigan. Hey guys, today is Thursday, March 8th, and I'm just getting ready to wrap up this week's vlog, and I thought I would just come and tell you a few things that have been going on. It's been a really good week, for the most part. As you have seen, we've had 2 snowstorms, which is awesome to me because I'm a crazy snow girl, so super happy about that. And we also had a lot of fun celebrating my mom's 61st birthday at my house last weekend, last Sunday. So that was really fun, just spending time with family and having a big nacho party here and whatever. So that was really good. Something not so good is I had on Tuesday, okay, I guess I should take this back a little bit. So during the time where I was going through a bunch of thyroid stuff, which I need to make that video and tell you guys about what happened so that I don't just reference that I had thyroid or have thyroid issues but never like actually address that situation. So I will get on that hopefully this week. But anyway, I had a lot of issues with heart palpitations and some fluttering in my chest and things like that, which I have come to find out are not that uncommon for people who have thyroid issues. So once I got regulated on my medication and stuff, things have gotten so much better, and like I rarely have them. Like maybe once in a while I'll have like a little flutter, and sometimes they like make me cough, but it'll be like 1 or 2 in a day, and then I won't have it for like a month or more, so no big deal. Well, this Tuesday, I got up in the morning and I just wasn't feeling quite right. I went over to babysit. The people I babysit for just live right around the corner. So I went over in the morning, and while I was there, I was like, like, gosh, I'm just not feeling good. And, I don't want to say not feeling good. Something just didn't feel right. And so, I got the little girl ready and brought her back to my house. And by the time she went down for a nap at like noon, I had been having like such crazy fluttering in my chest that like makes me cough. Because it's so like intense. Like I can't even describe it. It's just a really intense flutter like right here that makes me cough. Well, also what happens sometimes when they're really intense, because I'll have like little flutters, like those were like no big deal, but then there'd be like these crazy ones. And when the big ones would happen, it was like my heart was flip-flopping in my chest, which obviously I know it's not, but that's like the sensation that it gave. So I'm going throughout my day and it's doing it really bad. Like, I'm talking 8 to 10 times in a row, and then I might have a few minutes without it, and then it would happen a couple more times, and then a couple minutes, and then it'd be like 6 times, and then like, it was just going crazy. And so it was totally freaking me out. So there were some like things that happened on Tuesday. It was a little bit of a crazy day, and so by the time we were getting ready to go to bed at night, I admittedly, like, I felt like an idiot to be going to sleep feeling like I was feeling. Like, I actually had the thought of, like, what if I don't wake up in the morning? That is how intense this was. So, I was like jokingly saying dumb things to my husband, like, you know, if I don't wake up in the morning, remember how much I loved you and tell the boys. And he's like, don't say stuff like that. Like, what is the matter with you? But like, I mean, I literally was like, I was trying to be joking about it, but I was actually concerned. So Wednesday morning, I'm waking up and I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's gone. Maybe it was just like a weird thing. Like, within minutes of being awake, like while I'm still laying down, I start feeling it. So I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So I get up and I'm doing things, whatever, just normal day. And I was like, it's not as bad, but it's still happening, you know? So I was just trying to ignore it. Well, I was really excited because, so today's Thursday, so that was yesterday, Wednesday. It was our first night back at youth group at our church. And I'm a youth group leader. I know I've mentioned before, I started with these girls when they were in 7th grade and they're currently in 11th. So I've created some really cool bonds and I absolutely love these girls. I just adore them. And so I was super excited to be getting back, and the boys were excited to be getting back. And even though Riley's not drumming this week, the next 2 weeks he's supposed to be drumming. So we're just like happy to be getting back in that routine after the past like month and a half or two have been like totally dominated by basketball and bowling. So now we're getting back into like our regular Wednesday night church routine and that kind of stuff. We go to church on Sundays too, but this is like our youth group on Wednesday nights. But anyway, I was super excited to be going. Well, we were on our way there, and we got, like, our church is almost half an hour from us. We got to the end of the expressway, like close to where our church is, and my heart was like, I couldn't stop coughing. It was doing it so, like, the fluttering was happening so bad. And I said to my husband, I think we need to drop the boys off, and you need to take me to like an urgent care or something, because something's not right and it's starting to freak me out. So we took them to the church. I ran in and talked to the youth pastor, who is a friend of ours, and, you know, told him what was going on. He's like, okay, just like get yourself taken care of, you know, text me, let me know if you need me to bring the boys to you guys somewhere or whatever, you know. And so I'm like, okay, and left. Well, we got to the urgent care clinic, and thankfully there was no one there, which never happens. And I was super happy to see that they were open till 8 o'clock, because this was a little after 6:30. So at first I was nervous that there would even be somewhere, and I didn't feel like it was like an emergency that warranted going to the emergency room, but I wanted to get it checked out because it's really bothering me. So I get in there, and of course, while I'm in there, it's like not happening while I'm waiting for the doctor to come in. I'm like, really? Like, this has just been going crazy and now nothing. Which, that cough is when it flutters. It makes me do that. Anyway, so the doctor comes in. He's super nice, takes time to really listen to my concerns. I'm going to be really honest. I am someone who tends to rarely ever go to the doctor. It's just, honestly, I don't get sick very often and things like that, but I tend to kind of like wait things out and see what happens, which usually most of the time things are not something that would have needed to go to the doctor for. So I'm definitely somebody who's kind of like that anyway. And I've also had some really bad experiences with when I've known something was wrong and doctors not listening to me. So I tend to definitely be on the more wait until it seems serious to go, which is not always a good thing, but anyway. So he was super nice and asking me about my symptoms and all that kind of stuff. And so he's listening to my heart and everything. And he's like, okay, everything sounds really good, which is encouraging. He's like, the rhythm sounds good. Like, you know, your heart's in a good rhythm and everything. And so that is encouraging. And he's like, but given what you are explaining to me, I definitely want to do like an EKG. So he sends the girl in. And he explained to me, he's like, an EKG is just like a snapshot of what's going on. So if you don't have like the, you know, symptom that you're explaining or like an episode of it, it won't show, which is, so then it's not necessarily super accurate, because just because we don't see it on this doesn't mean it's not happening. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, you know. So anyway, he sends the girl in, she hooks me all up to the machine to do the EKG. And she would tell me in between, she did 3 different ones, and she would say like, okay, I'm doing another one. And she told me in the beginning, like, just breathe really slowly and stay still. So at one point it happened, and when she got done scanning, I thought it was in between scans. And I said, oh, it did it a little bit, but I think it was in between when you were scanning. And she's like, oh, you know, whatever. So she left the room. The doctor comes in a couple minutes later, and he's showing me, okay, here's your scans. The first 2 are like, you can see your, you know, heart rate, like the rhythm is great. And then it was, the third one though had a slight, like just a little something happened. And, I said, oh, I didn't realize, I thought she was in between scans, because I said to her, oh, I think it happened, and I think it was in between when we were scanning, but it actually did catch it. So he's like, okay, so you did feel that. Okay, then that's what you're feeling is what's showing right there. So that kind of helps him know, you know, like correlate what I'm feeling to what it's showing on the EKG. So then he was like listening more, because now I had just like a little paper like robe thing on, you know, that they have you put on at the doctor. And so he was listening instead of through clothing, you know. So he was listening for a long time, you know, moving all around, nothing's happening. So he steps back and he's talking to me and asking me about what the symptoms feel like for me. So I'm explaining to him. Sometimes it's just a little tiny flutter. Other times it's like this huge flutter that makes me cough. Like I cannot help but cough. Like it just forces just a little cough, which you've heard it a couple times now. I've done it. And so it was like, sometimes though, I was explaining like that it feels like my heart is flip-flopping in my chest, which obviously I know is not actually happening, but that's what it feels like. And he's like, no, that is a common like way people describe the sensation, like what you're talking about. And so like basically I believe it's like I won't be able to think of the name now. Atrial flutter maybe. But anyway, I've also known, like, I've had a lot of issues with palpitations, like, back in the past, before my thyroid stuff, and with being, like, really tachycardia, which, like, your heart rate is super fast. And so, but it felt different than that. It's not the same, you know? And so I'm telling him, well, as I'm talking to him, it, like, did it again. And I'm like, I'm like, oh, it just did it. And he's like, okay. So he comes back over and he's listening. And for a long time, well, finally, I did like a little slight one. So I waited a second. And then I said, it just did it a second ago. And he's like, you felt that? And then I said, yeah. And he goes, because I heard it, but I can't believe you could feel it. And I was like, no, yeah, that was just a slight one. But like, they're usually a lot bigger, you know. And he said, no, I definitely heard it. It's like hesitation before the beat. And so he was like, I was glad that he could actually hear something and be able to see something on the EKG to kind of connect what I was saying, you know, what's happening, whatever. So ended up like, you know, it's not like some emergency situation. I don't think I'm like going to have a heart attack or something. But he said, I want you to call your doctor, you know, first thing in the morning to get an appointment so that you can get follow-up done on this. You know, it's probably a good idea to have you wear like a heart rate monitor for a day or two just to get a better picture of what's happening. And then it would be able to catch all the times that it's doing it and that kind of thing. So this morning I took the boys to school and it was like about 8:20 when I was getting home, and I called the doctor, which they had opened at 8, and the girl's like, oh, we have an appointment that just opened up at 9, a cancellation. You know, can you get here? And I'm like, well, I don't think so, because it's like half an hour from my house and it's super snowy out, and so I was worried about driving. And she's like, oh no, that's like the reason that the first person canceled. So she's like, don't even think about trying to make that drive, like, no. And so the next time they can get me in is Monday night at 6 o'clock. So I hate to have to wait that long. She did say, though, to keep calling and see, because if there's any more cancellations, that I could maybe get in later today or tomorrow. But later today, we're supposed to be going to Riley's band festival, which is like a concert type thing, but they get scored for things, like, and get a rating, basically. So it's something that the band has been working on, you know, they work really hard on throughout the year. So, like, kind of exciting thing, and I don't want to miss that. So, yeah, so I'm going to see, maybe I can try to get in tomorrow if they have any cancellations. Otherwise, I'll have to wait till Monday. I'm kind of just hoping that it just sort of works itself out, because that can happen with this kind of stuff. Also, heart stuff like this, I don't know if I already mentioned, but like it's kind of common with thyroid issues, so it's not like something totally surprising for somebody who has thyroid issues to have. But still something that you need to monitor and make sure it's not being caused by something else. You don't want to just assume and not get things checked out. But I also talked to my doctor, who, you know, was my best friend growing up and everything, and she takes care of all my thyroid and hormone and all that kind of stuff, really everything for me. And this heart stuff, we both just kind of decided together that it would be easier for me to go to the doctor closer to where I live, because she is like an hour away from me and this other doctor is like less than half an hour. So just easier, since I'll have to go, if they do want to do a monitor, then I'll have to go back to get it, you know, take it off and blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of where we're at there. But she was saying too, I said, you know, I mentioned to the doctor at urgent care that, you know, I'm kind of wondering too if it's a possibility that my thyroid levels are low and I just need to have my medication raised, because compared to a lot of people with the same thyroid issues that I have, I'm on a fairly low dosage of medication. So it could just be that it needs to be raised a little bit. So she's ordering lab work for me to go, and I'll go next week, probably Monday morning, to go get lab work done and check my thyroid level. So hopefully that's just what it is, and we can just get medication adjusted, and then that will work the issues out. It's kind of an annoying process if you're somebody who has thyroid issues. You probably know this, but it's basically a game all the time of adjusting. So, kind of annoying, but there's certainly way worse things that I could be dealing with, so I do not want to complain. So, yeah, but if you wouldn't mind praying for me about this, and just that I get things figured out, that it's nothing serious, and I just get feeling back to normal, whatever that is, but you know what I mean. So that is kind of what's going on, and other than that, just kind of feeling a little bit down for some friends of mine who are going through some kind of heartbreaking things, and kind of an empathetic person where, like, I can't help but feel when other people are hurting, and I think the feeling of heartbreak is just the worst feeling ever, and so I can't stand to see people going through that, and so just try to be a support to them, and, you know, encouragement to them during something that's hard in their life, because I know that how much that has meant to me at different times in my life, so I definitely want to be that for other people. So just praying a lot for them, and just remembering that, like, even though cruddy things happen in life, there's still so much to be thankful for, and overall life is good, and God is great, and like I really can't complain. I feel so blessed. But so yeah, that's kind of where I'm leaving things this week, and not to be a discouragement, like, I feel optimistic about my situation. I'm not worried. I don't think I'm like dying or anything. But still just something it's a little scary to feel your heart being erratic and, that kind of thing. So prayers are very much appreciated. And I just hope that, like, if you guys, I get so much encouragement from your comments and things like that. And just love, like, the conversations I get to have with you. And please leave comments, ask questions, tell me what's going on in your life. If you have things going on that you would like prayer for, I would be more than happy to pray for you. Or situations, you don't even have to give details. If you just want to tell me there's something I have going on, or someone in my family or a friend, and would you just pray? God knows who they are. I don't have to know the details. He does. So this is not like to get gossip and find out what's going on in your life. Like, that's not what I mean. So you can be vague. That's totally fine. And yeah, just looking forward to this weekend. I have some really fun things coming up, things I'm really looking forward to. So hopefully I'll get to film some of that and share that with you guys for next week's vlog. But that's where I'm going to leave things this week. And I just thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a really great weekend. Bye.